Welcome back to Intro to Scratch. This is the final lesson, Lesson 6, on variables. What are variables? Variables are like blocks that can hold one piece of information at a time that can change. On Scratch, you can either use one of the already made variables like costume name or backdrop number, or create your own variable. However, if you create your own variable, it can only hold a number. Let's talk about the variable blocks. The first block is the variable itself, and Scratch always comes with one pre-made in each program called myVariable, but you can always make your own with the button above. Then we have set myVariable to a number. Then we have change myVariable by, and you can increase or decrease your variable by however much you put in. Then we have show variable and hide variable, and that just shows or hides the variable on your screen. Creating a variable is very simple. All you do is press the make a variable button, put in the name of the variable, and then select if you want it to be for all sprites or only this sprite, and then press OK. Our project for today is going to be a virtual pet. To start, I'm deleting the Scratch cat and adding my own animal, which is going to be a penguin, but you can put whatever animal you'd like. We're going to start off by making a new variable for hunger, so we will know when to feed our virtual pet. So click make a variable, name it hunger, and make sure it's set for all sprites. Then we're going to get the when green flag is clicked block and set our hunger variable to 0. So every time we start the program, the hunger will reset. Then we need a forever loop, and in this loop we'll make sure that the hunger keeps increasing, so your hunger level will keep increasing until you feed your pet. Now we're going to add a food so that we can feed our pet. You can pick whatever food you'd like. Then we want to set it so that when you click the apple, it will broadcast a message that the penguin can then receive, and the hunger variable can then be lowered. So here I'm just creating a new message called food, and then in the penguin sprite, I'm creating a new block of code, which is when I receive food, then set my hunger variable to -1 to show that our pet is not hungry. And here I'm just quickly testing out what we have so far. Then I'm going to add some code so that the penguin actually goes to the apple when you click on the apple. So I'm just adding a glide 1 second to the apple. I also want it to make a sound when it eats the apple, so I'm adding a chomp sound and then playing that when the penguin goes to the apple. Finally, I'm going to wait 1 second and return back to its original spot. our pet also needs a drink, so I'm just adding a milk carton. And then similar to the apple, I'm going to have it broadcast another message, but this time called drink. And for this one, in addition to playing a sound when the penguin drinks the milk will also change costumes, so it looks like it's been drunk out of. And then again, when it receives the drink message, the penguin is going to go to the milk carton and then return to its original position. And if you want more practice with variables, this would be a perfect place to create another variable that could be called something like thirst, and then set it up similar to how the hunger variable is set up. So now we're going to have our pet speak, and I'm going to start by creating a new variable called choice. And so every time the penguin is clicked, I'm going to set the variable choice to a random number between 1 and 3. Then for each number, I'm going to make a separate if statement. In each, the condition is going to be if choice equals to 1, 2, or 3. Each if statement, I'm going to add a say block. Some sound and looks. So it's going to play the chirp sound as well as switch costumes a few times. final spurt I'm going to add for this project is going to be a soccer ball, which is for the play part. For the ball, when it's clicked, we're going to have it broadcast a message called play, and when it senses that it's touched the penguin, then it's going to bounce up and down, as well as play a sound. So we're going to start off by making a new message again called play, and then get a wait until block and set the condition to if touching penguin. And then play a sound. And in a repeat loop, change the Y. So the last thing we're going to code is when the penguin receives the message play, then it's going to glide to the ball. Finally, I'm just adding a backdrop. Some extra ideas are to add a score variable to the Pong game in the last lesson so you can win the game, or just incorporating variables into any projects. Thank you for watching!